Morning heat, 4th run.
Bumpiness, wetness.
Heat 1, run 4.
Into that slalom. Definitely sets up some of these rear-wheel drive cars to get loose. So Jordan Poffenberger at an 88.387.
I probably didn't check.
I got some work to do.
Go real quick.
What happened?
No, I'm just gonna
I got some work to do. This might be a long day.
Oh, it might be? No, you're just joking. Okay.
Not a good joke. I'll admit. Like an Alex Levin.
Where's Nate? Do anybody know what?
I almost got there. Greg just went all the way around. I was very close to sitting there. The car feels like shivering.
Brian Garfield got a 69.857. So there we go. He has beaten that 3rd run Julian time that was hotly debated. Visibly, it appears the rain may have slowed down, but I can't tell. I'm sitting.
Hey, he lowered the
Not to
pressure.
brag.
Lowered the tire pressure.
Apparently, he lowered the tire pressures. I'm not an expert. I mean, people who've seen my times will know that, but someone's crying foul about lowering tire pressure. My understanding is you're allowed to do that.
Thank you. I didn't know that.
Greg Pollock, despite the spin, got a respectable 76.708. And Anthony Martell, another all-wheel driver, 69.166. So you want to beat the Garfields? Pray for rain and bring all-wheel drive. It's that simple. Yeah, at one point. I didn't see him when the heat started.
Oh, I don't know when after he came
Alan Bogart had a bit of an incident, so the following car will get a rerun. I'll announce it for him as he crosses. So this time was no help to Alan. His best wet time seems to be a 78.945. As I'm sure you're aware, Mr. Lee Raines, you get a rerun.
He wanted to know what number Lee was. Lee Raines was.
Lee Raines? Lee Raines is number 6. So now we are on our 4th runs, ladies and gentlemen. Those of you working, I do pity you. You'll have a chance to get into your cars and do the fun, slicky, slidey stuff instead of the stand and shiver stuff. John Crook got a 69.14 in his front-wheel drive Ford Fiesta. And this rain is making us rear-wheel drivers seem outdated. Craig Marhefka, though, 72.798. Not bad for a Mustang, I must say. Nothing against Mustangs, it's just I wouldn't call this exactly Mustang-friendly weather. You didn't hit anyone, I appreciate that. David Son got a 72.772 in his red Mini Cooper.
I made fun of Mustangs the entire time I announced last time. Every
nice.
time a Mustang spun, I was like, man, a Mustang spins.
No one told him to do a burnout.
So you're going to spin, it will be fun.
That car was plowing worse than it ever has, but I probably
Gas
still
to fix
will
that.
spin it.
Just to get some gas.
Usually I don't have enough grip to do that, or enough power to do that. That is.
Cheers. Usually broken over here.
Oh, really? Okay. Well, if it can hold me, it'll hold you. Steve Salisbury got a 76.409 in an all-wheel drive car.
One of the course members like did it, trying to get a gun earlier.
Ooh,
That's the
that happened to me once. Dave Mapes in that red Mustang got an 80.129, very close to getting into the frequently timed 70s. Benjamin Bunk in that blue BRZ spinning FRS in the showcase. Hello, flash those lights for us. Yes.
Hey, you're doing great. I just want to let you're just doing great. You are doing great. Someone needs to tell you. I don't know if some people had, but I felt like I needed to tell you.
You just told me after the fact, but thank you.
I don't care what they did. You're doing great. You are doing great.
So Bennett 8, 76.342 plus 1. That black RX-8R3. That was part of the level 1 school. They taught you how to do that.
No. I don't know how to say I'm working
got
at
it.
tech. And also I get paid.
Talk to
right there in the public cemetery. See it?
I have tape. It's like
Is it not blue tape?
it is blue.
Ooh, another spin in the showcase.
And we've got another spinning BRZ. You know, Jeremy Clarkson did say that the car is beyond easy to drift, but that's a little more than drifting there. Bennett 8, 76.342 but plus 1 in his RX-8. Mark Dingleson in that whiteout Pearl FRS off course.
It's not going to be sunny.
You put on sunscreen, it's just going to wash off unless you got the fancy
I got the sports.
banana boat beach water stuff.
I got the sports. Water anti, sun anti.
Sean Stanley in his yellow Mazda 3 got an 83.849 but plus 1. Not a Mazda speed.
It's still a fabulous
You can still turbocharge it.
it's not recommended.
Yeah.
All the people who turbocharge will know. And about Mazda speeds.
Chris Higgins in that orange FRS got an 80.479 but plus 2.
Was it one of the spun right down here?
That was it?
Yeah, that was the art. Yeah.
You said BRT, but like you didn't make it.
Yes, FRS. It does.
They're the same thing.
No, not in C Street because the TRD springs.
Oh, they only make those for BRZ.
Nope, they only make it for FRS.
Same thing.
TRD. No, it's not. According to the rules in C Street, you cannot have a BRZ on the TRD springs. Yes. Yes. That's the rule.
Lee Raines, 75.149 in that black Lancer.
Yeah, but style.
True.
It's
Not
TRD's
Toyota.
Toyota. And the manufacturer of your car doesn't make the part you can't make. So TRD makes the springs, not the
That explains. This is classic like job.
Yes. And everyone in the committee was like, nope, that's legit.
Chris Benford, 77.819 in his red RX-8. And then Doug McCoach in his gray Miata, 76.887.
You're like
That RX-8 did a full 360 up there.
Missed it.
Blue one. Yeah, if you spin, just keep it in, so spin all the way around and back around. It's not worth letting off back.
Yeah, I wonder if it was on the angle for that camera.
Yeah, Shane's videos are good. His practice videos are good.
oh, I watched the slalom and I was like, I was so bad.
Sabina Breakaway
So bad.
off course in the silver
Dude, but I have all the
350Z.
keepers now.
I have 2 lunch campers.
Like 4 hours labor and 6 months. You also get the spare tires. Really ghetto like.
By the way, I think giant
Oh, nice. Oh, it seems like a... Chris Leahy in the silver FRS, 74.678. I've got a BRZ under an expert here explaining that there is a difference between the FRS and the BRZ
Other stuff.
due to the manufacturer and thus the rules within the classes having to do with the manufacturer. So I apologize, I'm sure I will get those 2 cars mixed up. Kenneth Keating, 77.65.
second car off, so this is second
The
driver.
blue Mazda RX-8. That's the 4th heat, but it's close. And the 4th run. But we're like halfway through it.
Yeah, Jen's the first drive.
It's already 10:30.
Yeah.
looked on DLB like 2 days ago.
Alright.
It's 2.
What's the chance she doesn't spin it? No, don't spin it. Don't spin it. Nice and light. I'm gonna turn the back. Right there.
Carrie Hood in the white Miata at a 78.08. Sean Sutherly in that black Fiat Abarth was off course. And Julian Garfield, 69.429. That is a rear-wheel drive benchmark for this weather.
You got a dry run? So with that 69.429, Mr. Julian Garfield has edged out Mr. Brian Garfield in the wet. Congratulations. Did you change the tire pressures?
Hey Glenn, we can announce the drivers to get ready.
Oh yes. If you are driving in the second heat, please head to your cars. We are going to be going on the fly, as was mentioned this morning. So please be ready to have grid sent you to the start. There will be no pause between first and second heat.
Well, there'll be a
I appreciate you. DP later?
Oh, wait.
Oh, happy.
So after Julian, we had Dr. Jen Fox with her PhD in keeping the car facing forward, 73.898. Marshall Code got a 70.109. Cindy Clayton in the blue Mustang got a 74.488. And Craig Garfield in the red Mini Cooper putting down a very respectable 72.973. Chris Howard in that black Civic SI got a 70.484. And right behind him, we've got Acura's version of that car, the RSX, Kevin Brink. And a 68.212 for Kevin Brink. That may be the fastest wet time. I'd have to do some computer wizardry to confirm that. But congratulations, Kevin Brink, 68.212. I think I'm gonna have trouble beating that myself in the third heat this morning. Fred Hyland in that red CRZ got a 74.042. Who's yelling at me?
8 plus 2 and counting. Melissa Brunn looking clean in this white Evo. Ooh, Derek Colton was actually ended up off course. Melissa Brunn, 76.504. No penalties, I see. That actually is her fastest time of the day. Well done, Melissa Brunn.
No, I know where his car is.
Oh, we've got another spin right in the showcase. Walk it off.
Oh, I'm
He's gonna
excited.
back it up, yep.
Why?
You gotta get time.
I don't think she's endangering the car behind her. That was Jordan Poffenberger having a nice little spin in that showcase.
No, that it goes faster.
Okus Elam, that for sure is the best wet time we have seen. 67.557. Round of applause for Mr. Okus Elam in his specifically colored blue Bayou, as in Bayou, not like Louisiana. Mitsubishi Evo. Well done, Okus.
You Carter.
There's no way I'm getting a 67. No way.
Getting into the 60s.
I don't think I'm going to do that either. Jordan Poffenberger, we saw his showcase 360. He's finishing up now. He got a 3-digit time. Let's save him some dignity and move on.
Yeah.
Jeff Kaplan, the gray Subaru. Got a, oh, he was off course.
I'll just have pneumonia tomorrow.
Definitely a treacherous course here.
Sam officially invited this to AI. I like the AI committee.
Jack Raymond in the white WRX,
Yeah.
a 72.713 left plus 1.
Fuck yeah. I don't know. I'm just trying to wake up and get there early enough to start flying. I gotta get up like
D-Street cars. Steal my announcing leather.
Oh yeah. So we've actually got our Speak 2 drivers here. So with that, I'm going to hand off my announcing duties to Mr. Greg Pollock for the second heat. Thanks so much for tuning in, listening in, or even YouTubing in. Here you go, Greg.
Thanks, bud. All right, WDCR, we've got some D-Street cars, a whole bunch of them lined up here. Let's see who we have. We start off with Jeff Kaplan in a WRX. Jeff was an 85.708, but DNF, so easy to do in the rain today. Next up, we had Jack Raymond in a WRX. Jack threw down a 72.713, but plus 1. That's good enough for first place for him right now. Let's see if he can hold it. Right after Jack, we had Matthew Fisher come in, also in a WRX.